Okay, is my screen visible to you all?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay. So in the last class, we have discussed something which is called as a number system. Okay. So we have seen what is decimal number system, what is octal, what is hexadecimal, what is binary, who uses what. So we have seen something of that sort. So I'll just take a quick revision and then start with the features of 806, and we'll try to finish it up by today's lecture, the features of 806. Okay. So yeah. So just a second. Yeah. So what we have studied so far, the first is something which is called as decimal number system. So decimal number system is nothing but a number system which is generally used by humans, and it is an age-old method. Okay, so it ranges from 0 to 9. Okay, so if I say 1 to 4 8, is it a decimal number system? Can it be a decimal number system? 1 to 4 8
Yes,
can,
sir.
yes, it can be a decimal number
Yes,
system.
sir.
Yeah. So what about 2 4 9 8? It can be a decimal number system.
Yes, sir.
Yes, it can be a decimal
Yes.
number system. Okay, so wherever we have a symbol from 0 to 9, we can refer it as a decimal number system. Just in to avoid the confusion, we need to write down D over here. Okay, so that is something which is decimal number system. Okay, so you don't have to study anything regarding decimal number system because it is something you will use in your daily life. Okay, so the next thing which we have to study is something which is called as binary number system. Okay, so the new thing that we have seen was something called as am I audible? Am
Yes,
I
sir.
audible? Yeah. So the new number system that we were about to start was something which was called as a binary number system, because the computer generally understand something which is binary in nature. Okay, which can be on or it can be off. So we have decided with a number system which will have exactly two levels. One is something which will be called as 1, and other will be something which is called as 0. So they have only two symbols, 0 and 1, not more than that. So if I say 1249, can it be a binary number system?
No, sir.
No,
No,
sir.
it cannot.
No, sir.
What about 1001? It can be.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Yes,
sir.
it can be a binary number system. Okay, so there is a rule that we need to मतलब हम इंसान को कोई भी decimal number system दिया जाए अगर, so there is a rule that how to convert that decimal number system. Okay, so let's say there is like 24. अगर मुझे ये एक decimal number system है और इसको binary में convert करना है, so what is the rule? The rule says that I need to keep on dividing it by
2.
2. Okay, so I keep on dividing it by 2. So what I get is something like it gets divided by 12. The quotient is 12, the remainder is 0. So again divide 12, keep on dividing it unless you get either 0 or 1. Okay, so 2 divided by 12 is nothing but 6. Okay, so the remainder is 0. 6 divided by 2 is nothing but it is 3, the remainder is 0.
0.
3 divided by 2 is nothing but the quotient is 1 and the remainder is 1. After that you cannot divide it. Okay, so just take this particular uh, top to bottom approach, bottom to top approach. So what you get is something which is 11000. Okay, so this is nothing but your binary representation of 24. Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So the problem of the binary number system कि अगर आप decimal से उसको convert कर रहे हो, so it takes a bit of time. Okay, so they came up with an idea which was called as hexadecimal. Okay, so अगर कोई आप hexadecimal number देते हो which is like 2AB, and इसको अगर आपको convert करने बोलते हैं binary के अंदर, you can do it within like seconds. So how to do that? Hexadecimal के अंदर आपको हर एक bit को कितने bits से represent करना पड़ेगा?
4.
4 bits से. So 2
Four.
can be written down as 0 0
1, 0.
1 0. What about A? A can be written down as 1 0 1
One zero.
0, and B can be written down as 1 0
One
1
one one.
1. Okay, so this is how we basically write down the hexadecimal to binary. So basically it hardly takes second, and you get the respective output. Okay, so this is one of the approach. Okay, so this is nothing but a binary representation which is like you have done it like very fast. Okay, there is another approach which is called as octal. So instead of using a combination of 4-bit, I can use a combination of 3-bit. Okay, so because it is a kind of an outdated method, but still we have learned that as well. Okay, so like 712, which is an octal number, and if I want its representation, it can be represented as 7 can be represented as a combination of how many bits?
Triple
Three.
one zero one one.
3 bits. So it is triple one. One can be represented as 001. Two can be represented as 0
Zero
1
zero zero.
0 1 0. Is that clear? So this
Yes,
is
sir.
how we represent an octal number system. Okay, so octal number is a system को अगर आपको convert करना होगा in binary, that is also pretty fast. Okay, but the issue with octal number system is that you require like 3 bits के combination में, so the number of symbols that you get is something which is 8, whereas in the case of hexadecimal you get a larger number of symbols. Okay, so आपका पूरा का पूरा decimal number system इसके अंदर cover हो जाता है, plus along with that you have got extra 6 symbols. Okay, so this is what we have discussed in the last class. Okay, so अगर आपको and in future we'll be always discussing about hexadecimal, not any other number system, और कोई number system हम नहीं देखेंगे. Okay, so just a quick recap and we'll start with the features. Tell me 1 2 4 A H कितने bit का number है?
16 bits.
16, because each digit in hexadecimal is 4-bit, so 4 digit in total it will be 16 bit. Okay, come on quickly. One can be represented as, do it fast.
Triple
Triple zero one. Two can be represented as
0010.
double zero one zero. 4 can be represented as 0
Double
1 0
zero
0 1 double 0, and A can be represented as
30 1 0
1 0
1 0 1 0. Good, fine. 8A 2B 5H कितने बिट का नंबर है?
Sorry.
8A 2B 5H कितने बिट का नंबर है?
20 bits.
20. So 8 can be written down as 1 0 0 0. A can be
Yes.
written down as 1 0 1 0. 2 can be written down as 0 0 1 0. B can be written down as 1 0 1 1. 5 can be written down as 0 1 0 1. Okay, so this is how we basically try to write down any hexadecimal number into binary. Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, there is more to number system which we'll be learning when we start something which is called as 8086 का जब फ्लैग रजिस्टर आएगा, एंड देन जब हम मॉड्यूल नंबर 2 में जाएंगे, तो देर इज समथिंग व्हिच इज कॉल्ड एज unsigned numbers and signed numbers. Okay, so this is again a very beautiful concept which we'll be learning, so we have to come back to this particular discussion again, and उसके बाद वो नंबर सिस्टम के ऊपर और डिटेलिंग के ऊपर हम डिस्कस करेंगे. ओके, सो बिकॉज ऑलवेज a number cannot be positive. Okay, so there is like this number is a positive number, so how to represent that positive number as a negative number. यानी अगर 5 जो मेरा एक नंबर है, इसको मैं लिख सकता हूँ 0101, but how can I represent -5? Anybody? Does anybody know how to represent -5?
Sir.
Anybody knows?
No, sir.
No. So negative numbers are generally in computers are always stored in the form of 2's complement. Okay, so अगर -5 अगर आपको store करना होगा, so you'll get something, the result as, yeah, this is nothing but -5. How we got this, we'll be discussing that in the coming lectures. Okay, and this causes a lot of problem because एग्जाम में आपको सवाल पूछा जाएगा, और हर COA के पेपर में they will ask you a question like 5 into -3. So this 5 is nothing but 0101, and you multiply it with -3. -3 is nothing but 3 is nothing but 0011, and -3 is nothing but it is 1011. So you have to try to multiply 0101 with 1101. अगर ये bit लिखने में अगर आपसे गलती होगी, so the result of 5 into -3 is nothing but -15, but you end up getting a result, अगर गलती से कोई bit को कुछ अगर आपने उल्टा सीधा कर दिया, you end up getting a result which is like any bizarre result. So 27, yeah, any result you will get which is like not a desirable result. Okay, so this always comes, this is like one of the favorite questions which comes in COA. and it comes for 10 marks, so it is pretty important. So during that time, when we go to module number 2, or like when we go to flag register, we'll be learning something which is called as signed numbers, okay, which is a very important concept. And yeah, again, so we have to revert back to number system, and it is like pretty entertaining to explain that thing, okay. So should we move to the features of 8086?
Yes, sir.
So far it is clear. So जिनको अगर अभी समझ में नहीं आया, just understand कि हेक्साडेसिमल नंबर के अंदर एक डिजिट को हम 4 बिट से रिप्रेजेंट करते हैं, सिर्फ इतना समझने की बात है आपको, ओके। सो अगर मुझे 9 लिखना है, 9 कैन बी रिटन डाउन एज 1001, नॉट मोर देन 4 बिट, ओके। अगर मुझे ए लिखना है, ए इज नथिंग बट 1010, बिकॉज ए इन हेक्साडेसिमल इज नथिंग बट 10, ओके। मुझे एफ लिखना है, व्हाट इज एफ? इट कैन बी रिटन डाउन एज 1111, okay. अगर मुझे E लिखना है, so it is nothing but 1110. So just remember that this is कोई भी हेक्साडेसिमल का एक डिजिट आपको 4 बिट के बराबर, बाइनरी में 4 बिट के बराबर होगा, okay. Now we'll move back to the features of 8086. Anybody has any doubts so far?
No, sir.
No, sir.
So the next is something which is called as features of 8086. I think we have already discussed, started with few of the features of 8086. So I will quickly revisit. So the first point that we have seen is something which is called as, it is a 16-bit microprocessor. 16-bit microprocessor का मतलब इसके अंदर जो ALU है, that is also a 16-bit ALU, okay. So the ALU which is supported by 8086 is a 16-bit ALU, okay. Also, all the register that it has, which are of two different type, one is called as SFR and other is called as GPR. जितने भी register 806 में is of 16 bit.
16 bit.
ये भी सारे के सारे 16 bit के हैं, okay. So this is what I draw a conclusion by making as a, it is a 16 bit microprocessor, okay. Point number 2, the address bus that 8086 has is of 16 bit, okay. Sorry, the data bus, data bus. So it has a 16-bit data bus, okay. So what is the meaning? On any given time, the data transfer between processor to memory या memory से processor के बीच में कोई भी data अगर आपका होगा, it cannot be more than 16 bit. Similarly, processor से IO devices के बीच में जो आपका data transfer होगा, और IO transfer से जो आपका processor के बीच में data transfer होगा, वो भी 16 bit से ज़्यादा data आप transfer नहीं कर सकते. Is that clear?
Yes.
Yeah. Next is point number 3. It has 16-bit का control bus, okay, which means किसी का mic चालू है, kindly turn off the mic. Mute when it is required. Sorry, unmute when it is required. Okay. So it has a 16-bit control bus, which means I can have 2 raised to 16 different types of control signals, which is equal to 65,536 different types of control signals, which is supported by 8086. Is that clear?
Yes.
How we got this
Yes, sir.
65536? कैसे आया पता चला आपको? 2 raised to
Yes,
16
sir.
is nothing but 2 raised to 10 into 2 raised to 6, which is equal to 64k. 1k in computer is nothing but 64 into 1024. Okay, so अगर आप इसको multiply करते हो, you end up getting this as a specific answer, which is 65,536. अगर ये याद ना आए, आप सिर्फ और सिर्फ आपको लिखना है 64k control signals आपके 8086 support करता है. Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
Point number 4, it has 20-bit का address bus. Again, this is very important. Okay, 20-bit का address bus in 8086. So quickly, अगर 1 bit का address bus होता, वो address क्या होता? अगर 1 ही bit का अगर आप पास कर सकते हो, तो address क्या होता? Either it can be 0 or it can be 1. अगर 0 पास करते तो उसके लिए एक लोकेशन आप मेमोरी में रिजर्व करते हो, और अगर आप 1 पास करते हो तो उसके लिए एक लोकेशन डिफाइन होती. एक लोकेशन पे आप 1 बाइट का डेटा स्टोर करते हो, तो अगर आपका 1 बिट का एड्रेस हुआ, तो मेमोरी कितना आप कनेक्ट कर सकते हो? हाउ मेनी मेमोरी यू कैन? It is 1 byte and 2 bytes. So maximum memory that you can connect is nothing but 2 byte of memory. Is that clear?
Yes.
अगर 2 बिट का अगर आपका एड्रेस हो, 2 बिट का, तो 2 बिट क्या क्या एड्रेस होंगे आपके? What it can be different एड्रेस? Come on, tell me. 0
0 0
0
0 0
1
0 1
1 0
1 1.
1 0 1 1.
So इतने ही मेरे पास एड्रेस पॉसिबल है. तो इस एड्रेस पे मेरे 4 लोकेशन होंगे। ओके, 4 लोकेशन को यूनिकली आइडेंटिफाई करने के लिए मेरे पास 4 एड्रेस है, और इन 4 लोकेशन पे आप 1 बाइट का डेटा स्टोर कर सकते हो। सो मैक्सिमम memory that you can connect using 2-bit के address is how much? It is equal to 4 bytes.
4 bytes.
Exactly, 1 byte, 2 byte, 3 byte and 4 byte. अगर 3 बिट का एड्रेस
Yes.
बस होगा, come on tell me, 3 बिट का एड्रेस बस होगा तो what all different addresses is possible? 0,
8, 8.
0, yeah, 8. So
Zero.
tell 0, 0, 0. Tell me the combination.
0
0, 0, 1.
0, 0, 1,
0
0, 1, 0.
0, 1, 0,
0, 1, 1.
0, 1, 1,
1, 0, 0.
1, 0, 0,
1, 0, 1.
1, 0, 1,
1
1, 1, 0, and lastly
1, 1.
1, 1, 1. So अगर आप गौर करोगे तो हमेशा जो लास्ट बिट होती है वो all ones होती है. So it has 1 bit, so एक 1 होगा. It has 2 bit, so it will have 2 ones. If it is 3 bit, it will have 3 ones. Similarly अगर जो पहला एड्रेस होगा it will have all zeros. So पहला 1 0, दूसरे में 2 बिट अगर रहेगा तो दोनों बिट 0, and अगर 3 बिट का एड्रेस होगा तो तीनों बिट 0. Is that clear? Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So अगर 3 बिट का एड्रेस होगा तो I can have 8 such locations, और हर एक लोकेशन का एड्रेस आपने डिफाइन किया. So हर एक लोकेशन पे you store a byte of data. So how much will be the total memory that you can connect? It will be equal to 8 byte of memory that can be connected. So similarly 8086. Now the analogy has been done. Now tell me 8086. 8086 has a address bus of 20 bit. Okay, 20 bit का address bus है, right?
Yes, sir.
Right. So what will be the first address? First address क्या होगा? 20 zeros. So that 20 bit zero को आप hexadecimal में कैसे लिख सकते हो? 4 बिट को आप एक डिजिट से रिप्रेजेंट कर सकते हो. So
Sir,
total
5
5 zeros. So I can represent that as 5 zeros, right? And these 5 zeros is nothing but a hexadecimal number. So I have to write H in the end. Is that clear?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
So पहला एड्रेस हो जाएगा 0000H, दूसरा होगा 00001H, फिर होगा 00002H, and so on. Is that clear?
Yes,
Is
sir.
that clear? What would be the last address? All ones. 20 bit के सारे ones है. तो make a combination of 4 bit. तो क्या आएगा?
सर F आएंगे ना शायद.
F आएगा. बराबर ना? अगर आपका 20 ones है, तो this is 4 bit, this is 4 bit, this is 4 bit, this is 4 bit, and yeah, this is 4 bit. So ये 20 bit हो गया. So when you make a group of 4, so this is nothing but F. You make a group of 4, this is nothing but F. You make a group of 4, this is nothing but F. You make a group of 4, this is nothing but F. You make a group of 4, this is nothing but F. Is that clear?
Yes,
Is that clear?
sir.
So last address क्या होगा? F, 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 H. Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
yes.
F, 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 H से पहले वाला एड्रेस क्या होगा? Anybody?
E.
Address previous to F, 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 H. It would be F,
F, F, F,
F,
E.
F, E. Good.
E.
Is that clear? Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
So I'll just erase this part. Okay, so ये मेरे एड्रेस होंगे, और हर एक एड्रेस अगर आप गौर फरमाओगे वो हर एक एड्रेस कितने बिट का है? That is of कितने बिट का? 20 बिट. ये 4 बिट, ये 4 बिट, ये 4 बिट, ये 4 बिट, ये 4 बिट मिला के 20 बिट का एड्रेस हुआ. सो हर एक लोकेशन का 20 बिट का एड्रेस होगा. तो कितने लोकेशंस होंगे? हाउ मेनी लोकेशंस वी कैन हैव? 3 बिट थे तो मेरे पास 8 लोकेशंस थे, which is equal to 2 raised to 3. अगर 20 बिट होंगे तो कितने लोकेशंस होंगे?
2 raised to 20.
1 MB.
2 raised to 20 लोकेशंस होंगे, which is equal to 2 raised to 10 into 2 raised to 10, which is equal to 1k into 1k. बराबर. हमने पावर ऑफ 2 पढ़ा था स्टार्टिंग के पहले लेक्चर में. 1k into 1k is nothing but 1 m, 1 million. और हर एक लोकेशन पे आप क्या स्टोर करते हो? 1 बाइट का डेटा.
So 1
1
MB.
मिलियन लोकेशन में टोटल डेटा जो स्टोर होगा दैट इज इक्वल टू 1 मेगाबाइट ऑफ डेटा. इज दैट क्लियर?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
सो अगर मैंने ये पॉइंट लिखा कि इट हैज अ 20 बिट एड्रेस बस, which means 8086 can be connected to not more than 1 MB of memory. It cannot be connected to more than 1 MB of memory. Is that clear? cannot
Yes.
be connected to 8086 can be connected to not more than 1 MB of memory. Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
Point number 5 is clear to you all? कैसे आया 1 MB?
Sir, point number 4.
हाँ, point number 4 clear हुआ सबको?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Point number 5. Point number 5. Okay. So 8086 supports something which is called as multiple modes. Okay. So it supports, write down the next point. It has or it supports 2 modes,
Minimum
which
mode
are
and mode.
minimum mode. ये point मैंने किया था last time.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Okay. So we have something which is called as minimum mode and something which is called as maximum mode. Minimum mode का मतलब if 8086 is the only standalone processor, it will be referred as minimum mode. And if along with 8086 we have some other processor which is working, it would be referred as maximum mode. So along with 8086 we can connect some other processor. So अगर ये 8086 है, you can connect with something which is called as 8087. अगर ये साथ में काम करेंगे, then that means 8086 is not working as a minimum mode but is working as maximum. Is that clear?
Yes,
Is that
sir.
clear?
Yes, sir.
So that is point number 5. Okay. Point number 6. It supports something which is called as memory banking. Okay. So it supports 2 different types of memory banking. One is called as it supports memory banking where memory is divided into 2 parts. ये part मैंने cover किया था?
No, sir.
Okay. So जो memory है उसको आप 2 part में divide करते हो. Okay. एक को बोलते हैं हम odd bank and दूसरे को हम बोलते हैं even bank. Okay. What is this?
Yes.
The complete memory that I have, instead of using just a single memory, I'll be dividing that memory into 2 different parts. एक को odd bank बोलेंगे और एक को even bank बोलेंगे. Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So 8086 was the first processor which introduced the concept of memory banking. Okay. Memory banking is something which is based on something that अगर आप book खोलते हो, okay, when you open a book, okay, so that has multiple pages, right? So the first page is something, अगर आप गौर से देखोगे तो one of the page is odd page and the other is a even page, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So ये क्यों होता है? आप 2 पेज simultaneously open करके आप maximum content पढ़ सकते हो. You can read the content from 2 different pages at a given time, right? So reading such type of book and reading a page, a book which has exactly 1 page in itself, हर एक पेज एक पेज होगा अगर आपके बुक में. So ग्लांसिंग यार, अगर आपको मैंने कुछ सर्च करने के लिए बोला, कोई एक वर्ड सर्च करने के लिए बोला, लेट्स से हेलो मुझे सर्च करना है, सो सर्चिंग ऑफ हेलो वुड बी मच फास्टर इन सिंगल पेज बुक में या डबल पेज की बुक में, विच विल बी फास्टर?
Double page, sir.
डबल
Double
पेज,
page.
बिकॉज एट अ गिवन टाइम यू कैन ग्लांस एट अ मोर डेटा, एक साथ आप ज्यादा डेटा को एक्सेस कर सकते हो, राइट? So that is why 8086 came up with this idea, and that was something which is called as a memory banking. And what it does, it divides the complete memory into 2 different parts. And reason क्या है? The reason is to fast retrieval and storing of the data. So एक साथ ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा आप डेटा को रिट्राइव भी कर सकते हो और एक साथ ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा डेटा को आप स्टोर भी कर सकते हो. ओके. So this memory banking you can easily see it. अगर आपने RAM देखा होगा, so in RAM अगर आप देखते हो, there is a small chip. RAM आपने देखा है ना? In RAM you have small
Yes, sir.
chips, right? RAM में अगर आप देखोगे तो एक black कलर का चिप रहेगा, छोटे छोटे. These are nothing but these memory banks. Okay, ये सारे के सारे memory banks. So this is bank 0, this is bank 1, this is bank 2, okay, and so on. Bank 3 और उस तरफ 4 बैंक होते हैं. Okay, so एक बैंक से आप 8 बिट का डेटा उठा सकते हो क्योंकि हर एक लोकेशन पे 8 बिट का डेटा है. So अगर आपके पास 8 बैंक होंगे तो आप कितना डेटा उठा सकते हो एट टाइम पे, एट अ गिवन टाइम? I'll repeat the question. एक बैंक में 8 बिट का डेटा अगर आप एक साथ उठाते हो और आपके पास ऐसे 8 बैंक हैं तो आप कितना डेटा उठा सकते हो एक टाइम पे इन अ सिंगल गो? You can get
64 bit.
64 बिट. ओके, सो जितने भी मॉडर्न रैम है you'll see 8 banks which is there on these RAMs. Okay, why it is that? Why it is there? So that you can retrieve 64 bit का data at a single go. एक टाइम पे आप 64 बिट का डेटा उठा सको. सिमिलरली अगर आपको याद होगा 8086 के अंदर लिखा था डेटा बस कितने बिट का है, 16 बिट का. तो इसका मतलब इसका जो रैम होगा उस रैम के अंदर ऐसे 2 चिप होंगे और एक चिप पे आप क्या उठाओगे, 1 बिट का डेटा और दूसरे से आप 8 बिट निकालोगे. इसका मतलब एट अ सिंगल टाइम you can access how much data?
16 bit.
16 bit, not more than that. Okay, and this bank will be called as odd bank and this bank will be called as even bank. Is that clear?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So this concept was first introduced in 1970 and the first processor which introduced the concept of banking was 8086. So it is very important. Okay, is that clear?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Yeah. Next is point number कितना हो गया, 5
Seven.
हो गए, 6 हो गए, point number 6 या point number 7. Okay, point number 7 is something which is called as it has 3 different variants. Okay, 8086 has 3 different variants. Number 1 called as 8086, number 2 called as 80861, number 2 third is 8086 variant number 2. Okay, and all these microprocessor that you have, all these microprocessor has a specified frequency. So जो base variant है उसकी frequency है 5 megahertz. Okay, 80861 has a frequency of 10 megahertz and 8086 version 2 has a frequency of 8 megahertz. Is that clear?
Yes.
Yeah, so it is not that many that much of an important. जैसे अगर मैंने बोला पेंटियम प्रोसेसर या i3 प्रोसेसर, so i3 प्रोसेसर में they can be multiple variants. Okay, so हो सकता है एक का क्लॉक फ्रीक्वेंसी अलग हो, एक का अलग फ्रीक्वेंसी हो. So just like that. Okay, so अगर आपको याद रखना है आप याद कर सकते हो, but it is not that important. Okay, but एक फ्रीक्वेंसी जो important है is this one. Okay, 8086, the base variant of 8086 is nothing but it has a 5 megahertz का frequency. Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So out of this, which is the fastest variant of 8086?
Sir, first.
8086-1. Okay, that would be much faster because it has a frequency of 10 megahertz. Okay, 8086 will be the base variant will be the slowest one. Okay, is that clear? Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
So that is point number 7. Point number 8. Okay, yeah. Point number 8 is it supports two-stage pipelining. Very important concept. Very important concept. It supports two-stage pipelining as it divides its architecture into 2 parts. Okay, number 1 is something called as BIU and number 2 is something called as EU. Okay, kindly mark it as star, and this is one of the most important point of the feature of 8086, which will come back again in module number 6. It will come back. It is a very huge concept. This is a concept which actually made your processor very faster. Okay, so अगर आप सिंगल स्टेज का पाइपलाइनिंग यूज करते हो तो वो जो भी उसकी स्पीड है वो एक कॉमन अगर स्पीड होगी, डबल स्टेज में उसकी स्पीड डबल हो जाएगी. ओके, ट्रिपल स्टेज पाइपलाइनिंग में उसकी स्पीड ट्रिपल हो जाएगी. द मॉडर्न प्रोसेसर दैट वी आर हैविंग राइट नाउ, व्हिच इज i3, i5 and i7 processor, they are based on a 20 stage pipelining, which means it is 20 times faster compared to the 8086 processor that we have. Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
So what does BIU stand for? Write down the full form. BIU stand for, it is bus interfacing unit. Bus interfacing unit, and the second one is called as EU, which stands for execution unit. Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
So BIU stands for bus interfacing unit. I'll just write down over here, bus interface unit. You can call it as a BIU. There is another alternative name of it, which is bus interconnect unit. ये भी इसको आप बोल सकते हो, bus interconnect unit. Okay, and the other one is something which is called as execution unit. Okay.
Yes, sir.
कोई भी प्रोसेसर का 3 काम होता है. What is the role of a processor to perform? What? Do you guys remember that? It performs.
Fetch, execute, and decode.
Fetch, execute, and
Exactly. Very
decode.
good. Very good. Okay. So any instruction, किसी भी इंस्ट्रक्शन को अगर आपको एग्जीक्यूट करना है तो सबसे पहले उस इंस्ट्रक्शन को फेच करना पड़ेगा. दैट इज द फर्स्ट स्टेप. You need to get that instruction from the memory. That process is something which is called as fetching of the instructions. The second step is after fetching, you need to understand what does that instruction actually mean. Does it mean addition? Does it mean multiplication? Does it mean subtraction? Does it mean ANDing? Does it mean OR? So this process of identifying what does that instruction actually mean is something which is called as decoding. Is that clear? And the third step is something
Yes.
which is called as execution. Okay. So the third step is something which is called as execution. Okay. So execution is like you basically execute with the help of something which is called as arithmetic and logic unit. Okay. So that is what every processor does. A processor which is like 50-year-old processor, be it 8086, 8085 जो 50 साल पहले बने हुए वो प्रोसेसर का भी यही काम था. और जितने भी प्रोसेसर जो आज के टाइम पे बने हैं, which is i3, i5, i7 एंड जो भी प्रोसेसर आने वाले वक्त में बनेंगे वो सब के सब यही काम करेंगे, which is to fetch, decode and execute the instruction. Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So it is very important concept that fetch, decode, execute of the instruction. Do not forget, any processor has to do these three jobs, which is the fetching, decoding and execution. So 8086 ने क्या किया, आर्किटेक्चर को दो पार्ट में डिवाइड कर दिया और बोला कि BIU का जो काम है उसका एक ही काम है, एंड दैट इज टू परफॉर्म द फेचिंग ऑफ द इंस्ट्रक्शन. ओके. सो BIU जो पार्ट है उसका काम सिर्फ और सिर्फ एक काम है, विच इज टू फेच द इंस्ट्रक्शन. ओके. सो अगर ये अगर एक प्रोसेसर है, उस प्रोसेसर को अगर आप दो पार्ट में डिवाइड कर दो और एक का काम सिर्फ और सिर्फ फेचिंग कर दिया अगर आपने, ओके, और दूसरे पार्ट का काम हो गया डिकोडिंग प्लस एग्जीक्यूशन. ओके. Decoding and execution, ये दूसरे का काम हो गया. Okay, so I'll just write down DE. I'll refer it as DE, and first I'll refer it as fetching. Okay, so this is nothing but your BIU, and this is nothing but EU. Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
तो हमने
Yes,
क्या
sir.
किया, जो प्रोसेसर उसको दो पार्ट में तोड़ दिया. एक पार्ट को हमने BIU बोला, दूसरे पार्ट को EU बोला. BIU वाले जो पार्ट का काम था उसका काम एक ही था, टू फेच द इंस्ट्रक्शन, और EU का काम था टू डिकोड एंड एग्जीक्यूशन. अगर एक नॉर्मल प्रोसेसर होता, ओके, नॉर्मल एक प्रोसेसर होता तो उसका काम क्या होता, जिसके अंदर पाइपलाइन नहीं, जिसके अंदर पाइपलाइन पॉसिबल नहीं है. अगर मान लो मुझे 4 इंस्ट्रक्शन एग्जीक्यूट करने, I1, I2, I3 और I4, ये मेमोरी के अंदर 4 इंस्ट्रक्शन लिखे हुए हैं, I1, I2, I3 और I4. ओके, इज दैट क्लियर?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
प्रोसेसर को पहला इंस्ट्रक्शन फेच करना है. ओके. सो व्हाट विल बी द फर्स्ट स्टेप? फेच इंस्ट्रक्शन 1.
Fetch.
कैन आई राइट डाउन दिस एज द फर्स्ट स्टेप?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
After that processor will decode that instruction, right? So can I write DI1?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. And then it will execute it, right?
Yes, sir.
Execute instruction 1. Correct?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
So what I'll do, the decoding and execution, because it is just a single phase, मैं दोनों को एक साथ लिख देता हूँ. So DEI1. Okay. So fetch instruction 1, decode execute instruction 1. तो उसके बाद मैं क्या करूँगा? I'll fetch the
Yes,
next
sir.
That's second instruction.
and then decode and execute the second instruction. Correct?
Okay. Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Then fetch the third instruction
Okay.
and then decode and execute the third
Third
instruction.
instruction.
Okay.
Yes, 4.
And lastly, fetch the fourth instruction and
Decode
decode
and
and execute the fourth instruction. Is that clear so far?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
This is something which is non-pipeline processor will do. Pipeline processor like 8086, what it does? It will fetch the first instruction. Next cycle में it will decode and execute the first instruction. Is that clear so far?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
While it is decoding and executing the first instruction, जो BIU है वो फ्री हो चुका है, उसने फेच करके दे दिया. अब उसको आप डिकोड कर रहे हो, डिकोड करने के टाइम पे ये BIU भी फ्री है, बराबर?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
So उसी टाइम पे can we fetch the next instruction?
Yes, sir.
So at the same time, while the first instruction is getting decoded and executed, I am going to fetch the second instruction.
Second
Exactly.
instruction.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Next cycle में क्या होगा? I'll be decoding and execution which instruction? Instruction number
Second.
2. And at the same time, your BIO is free, so it can fetch the
Third.
third
Free.
instruction. Okay, is that clear so far?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Next step में क्या होगा? I'll decode and execute the third instruction, and at the same time I can fetch the fourth instruction.
Fourth instruction.
And lastly, I can decode and execute the fourth instruction. Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
Is that clear? So how many cycles are required? So इसके लिए एक machine cycle, इसके लिए 2 machine cycle, third machine cycle, fourth machine cycle, and fifth machine cycle. यहाँ पे कितना लग रहा है? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Which is faster? A pipeline processor or non-pipeline processor?
Pipeline process.
Pipeline.
Okay, so 8086 is much faster compared to a non-pipeline processor.
Non-pipeline.
Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
So अगर आप गौर फरमाओगे एक any moment पे at any given time, okay, so if you look closely, this time and this time, हर moment पे, ज़्यादातर moment पे कितने instruction एक साथ perform हो रहे होंगे? We are working on how many instructions? I1, I2, I2, I3, I3, I4. यानी हर moment पे कितने instruction पे आप काम कर रहे हो?
2 at least.
2 instructions. So you're working at 2 instructions because it is a 2-stage pipelining. You're working on 2 instructions. A modern processor which has a 20-stage pipelining, that means how many instructions it is working on?
20.
20 instructions. यानी एक साथ वो 20 instruction पे काम कर रहा है. So naturally it will be faster.
Yes, sir.
So that is the concept of 8086. So 8086 was the first processor which came up with this idea of something called as pipelining. And it is the this concept is also very much available in the modern processor. Okay, so you can understand why we are learning this particular topic. Is that clear?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Is this clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So what you need to write down, the point is it supports 2-stage pipelining as it divides the architecture into 2 parts. The first part is something which is called as BIU and second called as EU. Okay, BIU does the fetching of the instruction and EU does the decoding and execution of the instruction. ये जो आगे का पार्ट है वो आपको लिखने की जरूरत नहीं है. Okay, you don't have to write and explain all this concept. एग्जाम में there is like they will ask you explain the concept of pipelining. जब ये सवाल पूछा जाएगा and this will be asked when there is like when it is a topic which is there in last module. Okay, so उस केस में आपको ये एग्जांपल आपको थोड़ा देना पड़ेगा और उस टाइम पे ये समझाना पड़ेगा. अभी के लिए इतना इंपॉर्टेंट नहीं है, ये सिर्फ आपको बताने के लिए था कि 8086 कैसे फास्ट परफॉर्म करता है ऑपरेशंस को. एग्जैक्टली.
Yes, sir.
ऑल्सो देयर इज अ ड्रॉबैक ऑफ पाइपलाइनिंग एज वेल. ऐसा नहीं कि पाइपलाइनिंग बहुत एडवांटेजेस है, ड्रॉबैक भी है क्योंकि आपको पता नहीं है कि ये आगे आने वाले इंस्ट्रक्शन क्या कर सकता है. सो देयर माइट बी अ चांस. heard about something called as deadlock?
Yes, sir.
So अगर आपको एक इंस्ट्रक्शन को एक डेटा चाहिए और वही इंस्ट्रक्शन नेक्स्ट वाले को भी चाहिए, so the processor might confuse कि मुझे डेटा किसको allocate करना है. So there is a very huge drawback of pipelining as well. Pipelining के कुछ drawbacks भी हैं and this is like the favorite questions which is called as a pipelining hazard. Okay, so it is like कोई भी पेपर अगर आप उठा के देख लो, that is one of the favorite question which is there in COA. So क्या है, that will be seeing in the coming lectures. Okay, so far clear. Point number 8, 8086 has 2 different stages of pipelining. One is called as a BIU and the other is called as a EU. Fine.
Yes, sir.
Point number 9. Okay, 8086 divides the memory into 4 segments. पहले तो उसको डिवाइड करते हैं बैंक्स के अंदर, अब उसको हम डिवाइड कर रहे हैं 4 सेगमेंट में. So it supports a feature called as कौन है भाई बाहर? बाइक की आवाज आ रही है. Anybody listening from मतलब riding a bike or what?
No, sir. फिर बाहर रोड पे चल रहा है.
Okay. So it supports a feature called as memory segmentation. Okay, what is memory segmentation? It divides the memory into number of segments. Okay, so 8086 क्या करता है, जो overall आपकी memory है उस memory को वो 4 हिस्सों में डिवाइड कर देगा. पहले हिस्से को बोलेगा कोड सेगमेंट, दूसरे हिस्से को बोलेगा डेटा सेगमेंट, तीसरे हिस्से को बोलेगा एक्स्ट्रा सेगमेंट, और लास्ट वाले हिस्से को वो बोलेगा स्टैक सेगमेंट। ओके, ये क्यों डिवाइड करता है? जस्ट लाइक योर बुक, यू डिवाइड योर बुक इनटू नंबर ऑफ यूनिट। ओके, यूनिट 1, यूनिट 2, यूनिट 3, यूनिट 4, यूनिट 5, यूनिट 6। मैथ्स अगर आप देख लो, द फर्स्ट पार्ट ऑफ द मैथ्स हैज अलजेब्रा, सेकंड पार्ट में ट्रिग्नोमेट्री, थर्ड पार्ट में स्टैटिस्टिक्स, फोर्थ पार्ट में you can have matrix and so on, right? So why we divide all these books into chapters? The reason is so that these chapters do not override each other, right? Right ना, there has to be a boundary कि यहाँ तक मेरा यूनिट 1 है, यहाँ तक मेरा यूनिट 2 है, यहाँ तक यूनिट 3 है। अगर कोई पेज अगर आपको बताता नहीं कि यहाँ पे आपका यूनिट 1 एंड हो रहा है, you might get confused कि यार यूनिट 2 स्टार्ट कहाँ से हो रहा है, राइट? राइट
Yes,
राइट।
sir.
तो जस्ट लाइक दैट,
Yes, sir.
अगर आपने बाउंड्री नहीं डिफाइन की तो ये कोड जो है वो लिखते आप पूरा डेटा जो भी अगर आपका होगा उसको ओवरराइट कर देगा। सिमिलरली अगर आप डेटा स्टोर कर रहे हो वो कोड को ओवरराइट कर देगा। सो दे विल बेसिकली द डेटा एंड द कोड विल ओवरराइड ईच अदर। सो इन ऑर्डर टू अवॉइड दिस प्रॉब्लम दे केम अप विद एन आइडिया कि हम मेमोरी को डिवाइड कर देते हैं और जहां पे मुझे डेटा लिखना है या जहां पे कोड लिखना है वो बाउंड्री हम डिफाइन कर देते हैं। एग्जैक्टली
Yes, sir.
Exactly. Yeah. So code
Yes,
segment
sir.
is the segment of the memory where you generally store what? Code, or you can call it as a program, or you can call it as an instruction. So instruction code या program जो भी है वो code segment में ही आप लिखोगे strictly. Exactly. Yeah.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Data segment के अंदर आप सिर्फ और सिर्फ आप data store करोगे, not nothing else. Instruction code के अंदर जाएगा, data के अंदर सिर्फ और सिर्फ data आएगा. Exactly. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
एंड इसको आप कोई भी तरीके से कोई भी वे में आप स्टोर कर सकते हो रैंडमली। दे आर रैंडम इन नेचर, आप कहीं पे भी स्टोर कर सकते हो डेटा को। कोड को हमेशा स्टोर करने के लिए यू नीड टू फॉलो पैटर्न व्हिच इज लाइक टॉप टू बॉटम। ये हमेशा यही पैटर्न आप यूज करते हो। डेटा को आप ऊपर भी स्टोर कर सकते हो, नीचे भी स्टोर कर सकते हो। यू कैन स्टोर इट वेयरएवर यू फील लाइक। एग्जैक्टली।
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
बट विद इन दैट सेगमेंट, ओके, डू नॉट फॉरगेट, ऐसा नहीं कि मैं ऊपर नीचे कर रहा हूँ तो मैं कोई भी सेगमेंट में चले जाऊँ। नहीं, आप डेटा को यहाँ पे भी स्टोर कर सकते हो, फिर अगला डेटा हो सकता है आप यहाँ पे स्टोर कर रहे हो सकता है अगला डेटा इन दोनों के बीच में स्टोर कर रहे हो। सो इट इज योर चॉइस वेयरएवर यू कैन स्टोर, बट इट शुड बी स्टोर्ड विद इन द डेटा सेगमेंट। फाइन।
Yes, sir.
डेटा सेगमेंट भरने के बाद अगर फिर भी आपको डेटा स्टोर करना है, यू कैन स्टोर द डेटा इन द एक्स्ट्रा सेगमेंट। एग्जैक्टली। सो एक्स्ट्रा सेगमेंट में भी डेटा होता है, but it is something which is stored after the data segment is completely filled. Exactly.
Yes, sir.
Again, the nature of storing the data is again random in nature. You can store upward, you can store downward, wherever you feel like. Okay.
Yes, sir.
And lastly, stack segment. Stack segment के अंदर भी आप data store करते हो, but there is a pattern that you follow. In this case, the data is always stored in the form of called as LIFO. Okay, last in, first out. Okay, so हमेशा आप बॉटम से आप ऊपर की तरफ जाते हो इन द स्टैक मेमोरी। सो डेटा हमेशा पहले नीचे से स्टार्ट होगा स्टोर होना, अगला डेटा उसके ऊपर स्टोर होगा, अगला उसके बाद वाला डेटा उसके ऊपर स्टोर होगा, एंड सो ऑन। एग्जैक्टली।
Yes, sir.
सो दिस इज द फोर्थ सेगमेंट दैट वी हैव इन 8086। ये क्या है, हम लोग अगले लेक्चर में विल बी डिस्कसिंग अबाउट दिस पर्टिकुलर टॉपिक, स्पेसिफिकली दिस पर्टिकुलर टॉपिक। एग्जैक्टली।
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So what is the point? The point is 8086 supports a feature called as memory segmentation, where it divides the memory into four segment: code segment, data segment, extra segment, and stack segment. Is that clear? Is that clear?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So that's it. That's it. That's all the features of 8086. और भी कुछ features है. I've shared the notes. Those are like जैसे 256 interrupts है, ये क्या है, ये सब चीजें. It is not that much of an relevant, but yeah, it is kind of, अगर आप लिख सकते हो तो लिख सकते हो, लिखना चाहो तो आप लिख सकते हो वहाँ से. So you can refer those notes as well. And कुछ एक आध point इधर उधर miss हो गए, so you can note down that point as well. So point number 10 मेरे ख्याल से it has 256 different types of interrupts. ओके, ये क्या है, ये सब हम लोग आगे डिस्कस करेंगे, बस ये एक टाइप ऑफ नंबर है जो आपको याद रखना है. फाइन. सो दीज आर दी सम ऑफ द फीचर्स. इज दिस फीचर्स इंपॉर्टेंट? यस, इट इज इंपॉर्टेंट. कैन बी आस्क्ड फॉर 10 मार्क्स. ओके, सो 10 मार्क के लिए भी पूछा सकता है या 5 मार्क के लिए भी पूछा जा सकता है. अगर 10 मार्क के लिए बोला जाए आपको, तो आपको ये पूरा डिटेल में लिखना है अगर 5 मार्क के लिए पूछा जाए तो आपको सिर्फ लिखना है इट इज 16 बिट माइक्रो प्रोसेसर, इट हैज अ डेटा बस ऑफ 16 बिट, इट हैज एड्रेस बस ऑफ, ये सारे पॉइंट ही लिखने हैं लेकिन एक एक लाइन में. एग्जैक्टली.
Yes, sir.
Will
Yes,
it be asked in the UT? Yes, it will be asked in the UT. Okay, so kindly mark it as one of the important questions, which can be, which will come, which I'm pretty much sure I will be putting that in the UT paper as well. Fine.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Any doubts so far?
No, sir.
Okay. So, do you want me to stop over here, या memory segmentation start करना है?
So stop.
Okay. So, if you have any doubt, you can stay behind. I'll just take an attendance first.
Yes,
And I'll
sir.
stop the recording. If you have any doubt, you can stay behind. If you don't, you can leave. Okay.